Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Louis Molina. I'm the Assistant Deputy Mayor for Public Safety. I'm joined here today by my colleagues in the NYPD, Deputy Inspector Eric Warroby from the Operations Division.
Good afternoon.
Deputy Inspector Michael Gulinello, the Commanding Officer of the Strategic Technology Division of the Information Technology Bureau.
Good afternoon, everyone.
And Captain Lauren Foster from the Office of Crime Control Strategies.
Good afternoon.
We have three main objectives in the Office of Public Safety: to make sure people are safe, make sure that they feel safe, and keep them informed. Public safety is the most important issue for many New Yorkers, so we want to make sure we are keeping you updated on what the city is doing to keep you safe. We hold these discussions on a regular basis to give you an opportunity to hear directly from many people in charge of protecting our city about what's new in their agency, what programs and services are available to you, and what you can do to keep yourselves and your loved ones safe. To that end, we are going to kick off today's discussion with Deputy Inspector Warroby, who is here to give us a brief overview of the Operations Division and update on how the NYPD has been responding to demonstrations about the Israel-Hamas war. New York City is a global city. What happens in other cities and countries around the world has an impact on us here in New York City. Since the October 7th terrorist attack, we've seen hundreds of thousands of people take our streets to exercise their First Amendment rights in response to the war. By and in large, those demonstrations have occurred without incident, and that is, of course, thanks to the New Yorkers who have participated, but also to the men and women of the NYPD who have made sure these events remain peaceful. With that, I will turn it over to Deputy Inspector Warroby for an update.
Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deputy Inspector Eric Warroby of the NYPD Operations Division. Brief overview of the Operations Division. We are a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week unit that assists members of the service in getting resources to members of the public. I'll begin briefly with the protests and demonstrations. So this year, since January 1st, we have policed over 4,000 demonstrations. Those include events, parades, and also demonstrations. Now, beginning October 7th, we saw a rise in demonstrations as a result of events in the Middle East. Since October 7th of this year, we have policed 450 demonstrations specifically related to Israel and/or Palestine. About 158,000 persons attended these demonstrations. A very small percentage, just a fraction of 1%, less than 1%, engaged in conduct at those events that resulted in them being issued a summons, an appearance ticket, etc. We're going to continue to police these events to ensure the safety of all participants, as well as serve the persons not attending the events. Just speaking very briefly, in addition, what Operations does, we also coordinate the department's resources, as the Assistant Deputy Mayor mentioned. We have what is today the Strategic Technology Division, as well as a Crime Control Strategy. Let's just say there's a robbery pattern or a string of crimes. They're able to give us the method, license plates, vehicles, and suspects associated with that. We can then leverage the technology through the Operations Division to coordinate a response so we can apprehend them. We would know which way they flee, what vehicles they use, and we can, in a way, track their license plates so we can strategically place ourselves in a better position to apprehend them. We also do interpreting services. Obviously, as you guys know, in this city, we have a very diverse city, and there comes times where language interpreting services are needed, including sign language. We're able to put the members in the field in touch with a physical member of the police department to assist them and even have them respond to the scene. We also assist our other agencies. We're very fortunate to have very talented skill set and partner agencies, and we can provide resources to them, and they can also provide resources to us so we can better serve and improve public safety. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Inspector. As I mentioned earlier, our goal is always to make sure that people are safe and that they feel safe. While crime statistics can be an important metric in measuring our objective, safety, the feeling of safety, is often dependent on quality of life issues. It's just as important for us in the public safety to continue to drive crime down as it is to make sure people feel secure in their neighborhoods. Here to give us an update on a few of those quality of life issues and what the NYPD is doing to address them is Captain Lauren Foster. Captain.
Hi, good afternoon. Again, I'm Captain Lauren Foster. I'm the Executive Officer of Crime Control Strategies. Every day, the NYPD works to address quality of life conditions that affect every New Yorker. Parents walking their children to school, dodging dangerous drivers, people walking to work on the sidewalks and in the subways, having to deal with disorderly conduct such as drinking, public urination, and of course the proliferation of illegal smoke shops throughout the city and the disorder that surrounds them. The NYPD has utilized several strategies to combat quality of life conditions throughout the city. These strategies include summonses and arrests, seizures, and civil nuisance abatement lawsuits. Personal service summonses, a valuable tool to combat chronic quality of life conditions, are up for this year 76% compared to last year, with 164,848 summons issued as of Sunday, December 17th. Public consumption of alcohol, public urination, and reckless driving are all in the top 5 types of summonses issued. To combat recklessness in the streets, the NYPD has taken a proactive approach to dangerous vehicle operation. As of December 19th, NYPD has seized 17,718 vehicles citywide. This includes 12,437 mopeds, 83 dirt bikes, and 180 ATVs. This is an increase of 73% compared to this time last year. Also, as of December 17th, unregistered motor vehicle enforcement resulted in 5,628 arrests and 6,512 vehicles seized. This is an increase of 7% and 8% respectively compared to last year. Finally, the NYPD is taking a multi-pronged approach to address the increased number of illegal smoke shops. Since the beginning of the Smoke Shop Initiative, the NYPD executed 194 search warrants, resulting in 324 arrests and 23 firearm seizures. Further, 174 stores were served with nuisance abatement lawsuits. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain. When we're out in the community, one question that we hear all the time is, what technology is the city using and how is it being used? It's been a major priority for Mayor Adams and all of us in the administration to make sure that we are leveraging technology effectively as well as responsibly. Our goal in leveraging any technology is to reduce and deter crime, operate more efficiently, and keep our officers and members of the public safe. One of the many ways we do that is by using drones to increase situational awareness, giving our officers a bird's eye view of an area to gather real-time information in an emergency or potentially dangerous situation. Having improved situational awareness allows law enforcement to make some informed decisions, provide better response, and ultimately keep the officers and the public safer. Deputy Inspector Gulinello oversees citywide drone operations, so I'd like to turn it over to him now to give us an update on the drone program, along with some of the other technologies the NYPD has been using recently.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Assistant Deputy Mayor Molina, for allowing me here to come here today, this afternoon, and speak where the NYPD currently is and the direction we are heading in the technology space. Technology plays a pivotal role in enhancing the effectiveness of public safety mission, providing innovative solutions to address and mitigate various challenges to reducing crime, combating quality of life concerns, managing our workforce, connecting more with our communities, and increasing transparency and enhancing officer safety. For years now, New York City has been at the cutting edge of public safety technology. We are constantly exploring, evaluating, testing, and implementing new innovative technology with our goal of maintaining our position as leaders in the law enforcement technology industry. Within the past year, the Information Technology Bureau has had many technological advancements, but I would like to highlight some. Our domain awareness system enhancement. The domain awareness system is a central repository that officers across the city use every day to drive public safety. From providing situational awareness in response to their calls for service or providing contextual information to officers, it allows them to make well-informed decisions when encountering members of the public. The data analytics parts of DAS are powerful tools to analyze vast amounts of information quickly, identifying patterns and trends that can help us take proactive measures and implement preventative strategies. We have made great strides in building a fully redesigned platform with a new user interface, including an enhanced search engine on the back end. We've also built a lot of dashboards which we have created many dashboards to help track metrics for varying data sets. Dashboards more effectively help track community engagement, public events, public drone permitting statuses, or utilize a correlation between 9/11 or 311 and violent crime data based on time and location to make better informed decisions on precise policing measures, or correlating collision data based on times and locations to better identify collision-prone locations. Excuse me. Integration of community-based cameras. Since June of this year, the NYPD has been working with small business owners within the 109 precinct to integrate community-based cameras to help augment crime-fighting strategies. Community-based cameras help fill inherent camera voids, inherent camera deserts within local stores, which have great potential to help identify alleged suspects of crimes faster for responding patrol officers. We've created a special events map viewer. Every officer who works a special event, such as the tree lighting, a major parade, or the New Year's Eve celebration coming up next weekend, now have direct access on their smartphone to a detailed map of special events, such as crime conditions, quality of life conditions, street closures, traffic diversions, hospital or public or other safety locations. This gives officers more specified information for a special event they are at, as well as the ability to better inform others that need information at that time. Our next generation radio network and radios. We are enhancing our entire radio network from more than 50-year-old copper technology to a fully integrated fiber network. It not only increases network resiliency and effectiveness, but also gives us the capability to observe network issues in real time. In conjunction with the network upgrades, we have started deploying Apex Next radios with improved communications and the ability to increase interoperability with other agencies. This gives us improved capability to coordinate in real time as events are unfolding across the city. It also supplies real-time location information and has secondary LTE backhaul in case of an RF network dead spot or a network failure. Our UAS or our drone program. Drones are our most dynamic and evolving technology we are utilizing. They are used as aerial support and situation for officers on the ground. Even though all you need is a FAA 107 license to operate a drone, our pilots get a more extensive training through our safety course with safety as a top priority. Their use case potential is always being evaluated. We currently deploy drone response vehicles 24/7, as well as attend every major planned event. We operate a full fleet of approximately 46 drones consisting of different sizes for different use cases. We operate our drones for specific flying missions and not just fly them up and down the blocks solely for surveillance, as some people have portrayed. We can fly our drones in moderate wind or rain, as well as locations a helicopter may not be able to operate. All drones have cameras with infrared and heat signature capabilities, which are beneficial in low or no light situations. They have additional attachments such as high-powered spotlights, audio projection-only speakers, and deployable safety flotation devices. Drones can be used in many situations, such as crime and collision scene surveys and mapping, barricaded suspect scenarios, persons in crisis threatening to jump from an elevated structure, search and rescue operations, surveying during severe weather events, such as past flooding events we've seen in the city, search for wanted suspects, canvassing for missing persons, surveying of buildings and structures, such as bridges or structural collapses, similar to what we saw in the Bronx a few weeks ago, safety surveys during issued search warrants, beach and shoreline surveys for sharks along with distressed swimmers, pedestrian and traffic monitoring at large events. Drones have given police commanders and executives the ability to make real-time police personnel movement decisions from a remote location if needed. Police executives get the whole picture in real time as the events are unfolding. We can now see through a multi-pane of glass instead of just solely relying on information being relayed back from the street on the ground. We are always looking at new and innovative ways to utilize drones in our public safety mission. As technology continues to evolve, it becomes an indispensable tool in our public safety arsenal, contributing to overall mission of safeguarding communities and responding effectively to crises. I will close with this. The technological advancements within the 21st century have been and continue to be astronomical. We can't be afraid of using technology. Rather, we need to embrace it because it will be and continue to be the key to enhancing public safety. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Inspector. And with that, we'll open it up for on-topic questions. Charles?
Yeah, there was a protest outside Donna Karan's, I think it's a combination event space residence in Greenwich Street in Greenwich Village a few nights ago. I've only saw like one or two things on it that it was an IDF fundraiser. Can you characterize that event at all and the protest and the policing? And
There was a group of individuals that started in Midtown, and one of their final destinations was that location on Greenwich. We understand that it was a fundraiser for the IDF. We did police outside to ensure the safety of all. There was minimal arrests associated with that and no injuries to any of the participants.
Yeah, I would like to find out if you have data about hate crime compared from last year to this year.
We'll have to, we can get that back to you. Okay, sure, yeah.
I have two subjects I wanted to ask about. First one is the how many stops bill that just passed the city council.
We're doing on topic, so we can.
Yeah, but this has to do with public safety.
We're doing on topic on the events, on the information that's presented, so if you guys have questions on that, we can take it.
Are you gonna
If
do an
have other
off-topic
stuff-
after this?
No, we're doing on topics, so if you guys have stuff about what's presented, then we're happy to do it. If you have other stuff, then we're happy to talk.
Well, it deals with policing.
Bernadette, okay.
The-
We're gonna take on topic questions, so if you have something
neighborhood-
related, that's fine, but if you have something separate, we'll talk about it later.
The neighborhood police units that you guys implemented, okay, that's apparently on topic.
I'm not sure if it is.
The
yet, but
neighborhood
go ahead.
police units you guys launched, just hoping for an update on that, how that's going, and how it's affected by budget cuts.
That, we'll circle back with you on that, because we're gonna stick with what's presented. The other folks have questions about what was presented. Yeah,
For
Bernadette.
Melina, so City Council passed a ban on solitary confinement.
All right, we're gonna do
City
on topic,
Hall
Bernadette, we're
says
gonna do
that
on
they-
topic
that
questions.
solitary
If
confinement's not
nobody
used in
else
the
has
city
on topic
jails.
questions, then we're
What's
happy
the
to wrap it up.
discrepancy
Do other folks have on topic questions? Did you have one on topic? Yeah, go.
How's the city preparing for New Year's Eve celebration and the safety of that event? One of the biggest events.
Sure, absolutely. We held a meeting yesterday. We brought in all the units associated with that, everybody from the patrol units to the technology units to some of our crowd control units to also our medical services unit. We are going to be prepared for that. We're going to have a large police presence out there, both uniformed and plain clothes. We're going to be doing traffic control, pedestrian control to make sure it's a very safe New Year's for all.
Hi, I think most likely this question is for Captain Foster. You mentioned, traveling to school. So my question is on safe corridors, with the police officers, with the youth coordination officers, and I think it's called neighborhood coordination office, NCOs, YCOs, NCOs. Is there any plan to increase the number of officers, because there have been a lot of incidents of melees or brawls outside of schools and, helping to move the kids along after school?
So each precinct commander creates separate plans for on different topics, such as youth, safe corridor, that sort of thing. And those plans are continuously reviewed and updated, and they're reviewed on several levels within the department. So if there's a specific issue within a specific area, that commander would be able to move resources around.
Where is Deputy Mayor
We're gonna,
Lance today?
we're gonna,
Just
we're
wondering why
gonna
he's
keep
not
going, so we only have time, I'm sorry, to take one from each person, so if no one else does, then we'll wrap it up. Okay.
here. Where is
Did I have one right here?
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my question is, according to NYPD data, the crime is down in the city in this year, but according to FBI, the hate crime incidents or threats are on the rise. So any specific measures are being taken to, take care of the situation?
Yeah, so we can follow up with you on hate crime data. Carlos, can you deal with that question? Yeah.
I will take care of it.
Okay, thank you.
You've outlined impressive strategies, equipment, etc. But the mayor had mentioned that a big problem is people's perception that crime is going up and hasn't fallen as the statistics seem to indicate. Is there anything the police department, especially the uniform members, can do to get the perception of the public to believe that crime is down and that the city is a lot safer than they perceive?
Well, I think our public safety briefings that we're doing on a more consistent basis weekly is one way to communicate with the public at large, to get the public to understand what all the public safety agencies are doing to address issues, to that neighborhoods feel secure, and that we're getting the message out there to do that. And we're leveraging social media and other communication channels to do that as well.
I would like to know how are you going to handle the situation of mopeds and the scooters outside that is going to be a concern for some communities? And also I would like to know how NYPD is working in order to make sure that it's applying the same rule to everyone, because a lot of people from areas where new immigrants are, they are complaining that they can do like whatever they want, but in some other neighborhoods, like in Queens, delivery guys, they feel that they are treating like with more, how do you say that, like seriousness than the others. So what can you tell to those people, and what are you going to do in order to make sure that this is not going to become a problem?
I can speak to a couple initiatives that the department has specifically regarding vehicles. Patrol Services Bureau has a paper plate enforcement initiative, which addresses expired and false registrations. Under that, they have, let's see, year to date, there have been 5,628 arrests for that violation, 9,249 B summonses, and 6,512 vehicles towed. That's automobiles, mopeds, ATVs, and bikes. They also have an obstructed covered license plate initiative. Same thing regarding vehicles. Year to date as of the 17th of December. A summonses, so parking summonses, 6,330. B summonses, that's moving summonses, 11,743. And arrests, 1,693. And I gave you the numbers on seizures of illegal vehicles previously.
Do you have a correlation of how much of those tickets are people from the city or from the New York plates or out-of-state plates?
I don't have that information, sorry. Yeah.
We really only have time for one question per person, so if we don't have anyone else who has a chance, then we're gonna, well, you did and you listed it, so we're gonna wrap up. That's it, okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.